Good evening. You are tuned in to GABC TV, Guardian Angels Brockton Community Talk. My name is Bruce Burleson, Assistant Chapter Leader, co-founder of the Brockton chapter of the Guardian Angels. Now, listen, I can't help but be ecstatic about, let me tell you about this. I don't do this kind of thing every day. I cannot help but be ecstatic about the Ford F-150 4x4 pickup truck that I just traded my tiny little Toyota in for. Yeah, let me tell you something, that is some American ride right there. Of course, to do so is risky, like most things I do in life, but it occurred to me the other day that this is one thing Americans, and Brocktonians, by the way, can do to help our economy. If none of us buys anything, then it'll continue to go south, right? Economies work when people buy stuff, those of us that are actually working. Now, I realize that nearly 10% of American workers are without a job right now. Obviously, those are not the people going to the dealerships and buying the trucks. I'm lucky to have a job myself. I consider myself very fortunate to have one. However, that means that 90% are still working, and people are afraid to spend their money. And I gotta tell you from experience, I went up to Quirk Motors last night up in Quincy, and now is a good time, for a trade-in or buying a new vehicle. They've slashed thousands of dollars off the sticker prices. They're trying to get rid of these vehicles, quite frankly. So, sometimes they slash these prices, it seems to be almost just for the sheer hell of it, but you know that with this economy, fewer people are buying, so in order to get those things off the lot, they're gonna cut the prices. So they really need to sell their cars, which means that, hey, we have an opportunity as Americans to buy those cars. Now, life's about risks, obviously, but think about it. We Americans have been risk takers since we drove the British out of our country in the late 18th century. We took risks during the Great Depression, to put in place the New Deal, all kinds of programs that at the time everybody said was a terrible idea, but if it weren't for that, we wouldn't have Social Security today. So take a risk, especially if your credit's good. You might get a good interest rate and a zero down deal, or even if it isn't so good, get yourself an American-built car. Okay? Now I'm proposing another sort of new deal for us from what I just said. Buy American. The F-150, the Silverado, and the Ram are, according to my research, every bit as good as a new Tacoma or a Tundra. But when we buy overseas, it's money that isn't going into American pockets. Not going into American paychecks, it's being shipped across the pond. Now let me shift gears here and talk a little bit about our Guardian Angels chapter here. We need more recruits. We need you. Again, our economy is bad, which contributes to aberrant behavior and more crime on the part of certain people. This spring and summer promise to bring going to be busy ones for Brockton in terms of crime. As I've said before, the police are laying off 10 cops, which is not going to make things any better. So it's ever more important to take action, to join the Guardian Angels, train with us, patrol with us, and to help make the city safer. And you don't have to have a pickup truck to join. Okay, because you know what? This city would be a lot more attractive to companies moving in with their jobs if there weren't so much crime going on. Who wants to move into a city that's falling apart? That's where we come in, that's where you come in. So go to www.brocktonguardianangels.org or call us at 617-970-9255 and let's get the ball rolling on your membership. This has been BGA CTV, Angels Brockton Community Talk videocast. Stay tuned for more segments and remember, dare to care and keep it safe.